So this is interesting. Corporations and marketers make billions of dollars on your data, personal information about you. Even your medical records are sold to make money, but you probably don't see a dime. Humanity.co is the company behind the 31st human right, empowering people to own their own data as property. Here to explain is author and entrepreneur Richie Itwaru. Good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
So this is interesting. I feel like this is one of these things where you know that this is happening. I think not many people are going to be surprised that this is happening, but I don't know if we know to the limit of how far our personal data is really going and what it's being used for. Would you say I'm right?
Absolutely. It's starting to feel like digital slavery, right? In the past, when most of us think about our data sets, we think about Google or we think about Facebook, but there's an invisible part of the human data marketplace that we don't really think about all the time. Our geolocation data, our healthcare data, the energy consumption in our home, your travel data, all of it is being monetized in a $200 billion market that's growing year over year. That's the size of the GDP of the country of Greece. So it's a pretty sizable issue.
Now, is it the fact that we're just not getting paid for our personal data, or what should we be concerned about, and what's most alarming here? I'd imagine it's other issues too.
Well, it's choice, it's privacy, it's control, and it's the use of your property. Now, we have laws that are doing the best to protect our privacy, but they don't address the misappropriation of our property. So if you think about healthcare data for a second, when you walk into a doctor's office and you sign the form that says the doctor could treat you, what a lot of us don't know, and a lot of times the doctors don't know, is that the software companies that write the software that the doctors use actually de-identify that data, which means they strip it of some personal stuff, and they sell hundreds of millions of records downstream to the tune of $67 billion a year of healthcare data being sold. So this is a significant market that we ought to be cut into the deal. We need a seat at the table. And if we so desire to share in some of that upside, we give you the opportunity to do that.
So how does that work? How does a world that operates like that work?
Well, it's pretty simple. You download the My31 app, which means you join the movement to claim your data as your property. It's a very simple app, beautiful UI. Behind the scenes, what we do is we give you property rights for your data. We act as a title company. Property is very powerful, as you know. If you own a car, it's your property and you have a title for it. If you own a house, it's your property and you have a title for it. Property has a well-known set of preferences and transactions that can run on it. We then ask you to set your preferences on your data. Your preferences might be, I don't want to be in the marketplace in the first place, or I'm okay being in the marketplace as long as my data is used for good, for research to discover rare disease cures, etc. Or your preferences might be, my data is being used right now anyway. I'm okay giving you the explicit consent to use it, so these organizations can operate now above board, but in exchange, you pay me an annual lease to use my data. That leasing transaction is a cash transaction. We negotiate on your behalf, and we pass the cash back to you.
And again, like most things, I think knowledge is power. I think we can't learn enough about this. Where can we go to really kind of dive into this? Again, I know a lot of people probably have other questions.
Well, yes, you can find the app in the Apple App Store or on Google Play by searching for hashtag My31. So that's hashtag MY31. Download the app and join the movement. Just like there's fair trade coffee, this is fair trade data. We want you in the fair trade data business.
All right. Well, thank you for shedding light on this. Again, I think people know somewhat that it's happening, but they don't know to the extent. We appreciate your time. We really do.
Thank you.